This is the world's largest wine pong game. I only do games that are the world's largest.
No one's ever gone bigger than this, officially. We need to call Guinness. Is this official for Guinness? Call Guinness. All right. So yeah, same rules apply. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I think, considering you're, a first ballot basketball Hall of Famer.
Right.
If I beat you, does that put me in any type of?
Yeah, Hall of Fame consideration.
Talk to a few. I got 2 years of eligibility left.
That's 2 more than I got.
Sweet, let's do it. All right. Welcome back. We're here with Matt Santangelo, Executive Director of Spokane Hoopfest, ex-stud for the Gonzaga Bulldogs.
I'm still a stud. It's not X. I mean, just.
You only get 4 years of eligibility.
And then the stud status goes away. I get it.
Well, then it's just ex.
Yeah. Just
current
the old guy.
stud,
Right.
ex-Gonzaga basketball.
Got it.
Guard, love it. So you run Hoopfest, and obviously this year Hoopfest is going to be facing some things it's never seen before. There's going to be changes. There's still dynamic changes we don't know. How has that affected you guys?
Well, it's been tough, but no different than what everyone else is experiencing. It's just a lot of unknown variables. But we've been really fortunate that we were able to find a weekend later in the summer, August 22nd and 23rd, that we were able to postpone to. So the fact that we have a date in mind is encouraging. As things are kind of laying out and becoming more clear as to what that looks like, we're just trying to remain as dynamic, nimble, and flexible as we can so that as guidance comes down, that we can respond accordingly.
So you guys have plan A, plan B, plan C.
I think we're plan double alphabet, and we're into numerics now. Pretty soon we're going to use emojis to identify how many plans we have, because there's a lot of different ones. No, we haven't, and we've really focused on that. Since all this kind of broke, was so that we could be flexible, and right now the theme is a socially distanced Hoopfest. Right now there's still kind of light at the end of the tunnel. That August we may be able to be in phase 4 of Washington State's reopening. That's going to allow larger gatherings and groups of larger than 50. We're actually planning for phase 3. We're trying to create a Hoopfest that kind of keeps crowd control under 50. So it's going to look different. There's no question, right? Because Hoopfest last year is the antithesis of social distancing, right? You can't be more packed into a spot than what Hoopfest is.
Traffic.
Yeah. So we're aware of that, but we're going to be, again, try to modify it to really meet those phase 3 guidelines of 50 people or less and still create, an environment that's fun and dynamic around the sport of basketball.
There's a lot of events that are looking at when do we postpone, do we cancel, do we lay out, if we postpone, what do we change? What have you learned that if you could talk to someone else who's planning an event, a concert or something that they could take?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it really is going to come down to social distancing. Now we're a little bit, it's a blessing that we're outdoors. So that's kind of a nice thing about our event and some of these other events you've mentioned, mitigates some of that risk. We have a large footprint, even downtown, and we have some ideas even to expand beyond that downtown, not for capacity reasons, but for spacing reasons. And so we're fortunate in those types of things that we can still kind of grind it out. We're still in the game. We haven't had to say unequivocally, no, we can't do it this year. We're going to start to build towards 2021. The other thing that's interesting for us is that we're not a spectator event. We're a participatory event. And I like to say this too, because especially in basketball, we're so used to our shows. You're so used to kind of buying a ticket and going to watch the talent, right? You're kind of shoulder to shoulder in your seats and you're listening to the music or you're watching the game or whatever. Hoopfest is really unique in the fact that you and I, we are the talent, right? Because it's about people that just want to come play ball, and their skill level may be, ex-professional. They may not have touched a basketball since last Hoopfest, but Hoopfest gives them that stage and that big environment to play the sport that they love. So it's a little bit different because it's participatory. We become the players and the athletes. We are the show. And I say we, the collective we. And so that part's a kind of a unique dynamic to Hoopfest. Now we'll have to see what the appetite is to be able to go experience it this year in the current environment. Okay?
So you gotta... That's part of the game.
You're committed. I like it. I don't know if I could have dreamt big enough to understand what our time at Gonzaga would have been like, and the fact that 20 plus years later, I still get to talk about it. There's not a kind of a day that goes by, and so I'm really, really grateful for that. And then being tied to Hoopfest, certainly you're involved in the basketball conversation in general. A lot of tremendous lessons in kind of following your heart and where you know your passion is, and then a tremendous lesson in just hard work. You know, none of it's easy. Even when you love it, it's not easy. You know, our organization now is kind of living some of those values and exemplifying some of those values that you talk about when you talk about what it makes to make a successful team. And I still say to this day, like, Hoopfest is the hardest working basketball team I've ever been on. Like, the amount of work that people do in order to execute that weekend even puts Gonzaga basketball to shame, or any of my professional experience or anything like that. But it's all, again, based and surrounded by the game that we all love so much, and that's basketball.
It's a passion project.
I felt good about that one. Sure am thirsty. Woo. Smells good. The wine smells good from here. Oh. Yes!
Yes!
Finally, I get to taste this delicious wine.
At least I didn't get skunked.
Right.
There we go. I'm on a comeback trail now. Well, Matt, thank you for coming today. Really appreciate everything you're doing. I can't wait to lace it up, so I will sign up. So for people that want to be a part of it, where can they sign up? How can they help?
Yeah, so all information's on our website, SpokaneHoopfest.net. You also can find us on all the social media channels, and that's at Spokane Hoopfest is the handle. So all information as it pertains to the changing environment will be placed in all those locations. But registration is open. We're seeing teams register still for the August event. Volunteerism is open, a lot of different areas to volunteer, and again, the really, really critical piece to the success of the event. All of those are also described on the website. A big thing for teams, we've revamped our refund policy so that it's 100% refund at your discretion. So what I mean by that is you may register today and you may get to the end of July before registration is stops, and you may say, I'm not feeling right, or maybe my teammate, he hasn't done anything in 6 months and he went outside to shoot around and he hurt himself, you know, which is probably more realistic in our group. You know, we can't play that. You can still get your money back, and I think that's safe. Awesome. We want people to register, but also feel safe that they have choices. But all that is kind of, again, will be blanketed all over the place, starting with our website and then social media following.
Very cool. Well, we'll sign up today.
All right, thank you.
After this, Bud Namick.
Check out Community Positive, a TV show dedicated to promoting positivity. Each week, we highlight business owners and community leaders doing incredible things in the Spokane community.
Saturday and Sunday at 6 on Fox 28.